There's not much really. Keep the core players. Sign a backup power forward for Prunte's spot, somebody who could be a backup to Sasha Vezenkov, and maybe add more quality replacing guys like, I don't know, Quincy AC, Jean-Charles. You can get somebody better to be the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th guy, because the season is very long. You need everybody. And other than that, they're all set to go. Kostas Lukas still has a lot in him. If you keep Tyler Dorsey, it's great.
Other players are really, they're in their
Thomas
peak,
Walkup,
actually.
Vezenkov, Fall, Hassan Martin. You can go with the same, more or less the same roster again and challenge for the Final Four. And as long as you make it to the Final Four, you're always going to have a shot to be the champion. They were really close to winning the semifinal, actually.
Yeah, and of course, we have to understand something about Olympiacos, that we shouldn't take Final Four for granted. I mean, this is not the team of Barca's of Real budget. But at the same time, as I mentioned, they were so close of winning the EuroLeague. They were just 2 games away of winning the EuroLeague. And just making these small improvements, the important thing is that they will keep their core. The core, they're still at their peak. And of course, it's not going to be easy to find a better scorer than Tyler Dorsey having Olympiacos budget. But at the same time, AC, he didn't play, he couldn't play, so you can find something better. Yorgos Printezis, he was amazing vet. He gave some solid minutes. He made some important shots even during the playoffs. But I sincerely think that they can improve in this backup position of Vezenkov, and making all these slight changes. It will push them forward in this Final Four. So it's not that far away.
One pure shooter, for example, could really fit that team, and like you said, back up to Vezenkov, so he wouldn't have to play 36 or 37 minutes or close to 40 in some of the most important games. Someone you could actually trust. I know it's not that easy to bring a player knowing he's going to be a backup. If you're a player and you have an offer from Olympiacos, you're a power forward, you know you're going to be a backup because Vezenkov is there, so you're going to have limited minutes. So in this case, it's a little bit easier to sign a hungry veteran who is still hungry for titles than to go for somebody that has great stats, for example, a huge skill set. He will not be happy as a backup. So a veteran player in this case would make more sense. But again, it's like a small detail. We're not talking like Olympiacos needs star power to sign some superstar players.
Of course, if Dorsey is leaving, that's a bit different conversation.
Okay,
it's an important piece.
You're going to have to sign a shooting guard, but you might find some options.
It's not like trying to replace
Darren
Slukas,
Hillard or players like that. You could find some options.
There is one on the market. Okay, he's kind of locked in Moscow right now, but he's looking for a way out. Yorgos Vasilis asks, greetings from Greece. Do you think that Marios Grigonis would suit Olympiacos in the new season? If so, in which position? Probably the position is clear.
Well, shooting guard.
Replacing Tyler Dorsey if he's coming, and if Dorsey is leaving. But do you think that it's a good replacement? It would be a good replacement for Olympiacos.
Well, he's a different player. He's not someone who's going to score a lot in ISO like Dorsey does. He's not the most athletic guy, but as a shooter, he's very good shooting transition frees. And if he's playing alongside Slukas, he will always have some opportunities. Question is about the money, obviously. Do you want to invest like 700,000 euros to a role player who only complements the team? Because Dorsey can be the leader. Dorsey, in some games, he can be the main guy. I don't think Grigonis has that in him for a club like Olympiacos. Well, the last Lithuanian he brought in their roster was Kuzminskas. It was not a success. I think Grigonis would be much better. But I don't know. I honestly would like to have a more athletic player who is a good defender also, because Walkup is great on defense. Dorsey was really good on defense this season, and Dorsey can also be a ball handler, a creator. So I don't know. I wouldn't go for Grigonis if I'm Olympiacos, actually.
I think that Dorsey's way better scorer and ISO situations, playing on one-on-one. He's just a pure scorer. I think that Grigonis is a better, let's say, playmaker, pick and roll player, but they already have enough pick and roll stars, starting from Kostas Lukas, even Thomas Walkup. So I think that they need this elite scoring skill from their shooting guard.
For the market value, you can get somebody better, I believe, because
there are some names. There's, for example, Billy Barron, who might be available.
Yeah.
Who else? I don't know. Isaiah Cannon, Okobo. Of course, if Okobo is staying in Europe, which is very questionable. Macon. These names, they're not so sexy. You're not so completely sure about them.
Yeah.
But
Billy Barron.
But I would look for different options.
Billy Barron would be cheaper, obviously, than Grigonis. And he's a veteran.
Could be.
He's all right.
Yeah.
But we will see. I mean, they can find somebody. And again, let's not rule out the option of Tyler Dorsey staying. Even though he has his mind locked on the NBA, it doesn't really mean that he's going to make it. So